Hey, everybody with type 1 diabetes. This is Dr. Jody Stanislaw. And today I'm going to be talking with Paul, fellow type 1 in Australia.
Hello there, everyone.
Hey, Paul. So a lot of you might be wondering, what does it look like to work with me? Why should you work with me? What are the benefits of working with me? And so Paul was kind enough to agree to share his experience. He just finished my 3-month private program with exceptional results, which we will dive into. And so I just wanted to let you guys have this opportunity to not hear from me about how powerful my program is, but from Paul. All right. So Paul, how long have you had type 1?
So I've had type 1, so I'm 49 this year, and I had type 1 when I was 9. So I've been almost 40 years as a type 1 diabetic.
40 years. And what was diabetes like 3 months ago before we started working together?
Oh, to be honest with you, it was just guessing. It was just guessing daily, just all the time. It was like what I think, just sort of putting parts together myself. But yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. I was honestly just guessing.
Mm, mm. And where are you at now?
It's honestly been life-changing. Like I'm so much more aware of, having insulin on board, what I'm eating, when I've eaten, am I exercising, am I not exercising, you know, just when I'm having if I do have a low blood sugar, the time of day it is, it's like I said, just completely changed the whole way that I think about it. I feel empowered with my control. So it's just unreal, yeah.
And what has changed in your numbers?
Look, probably I would if I had a 7.5 sort of H1C, I'd be sort of pretty happy. It has been a little bit higher than that over the time. But now it's like, 6.3, 6.4 in 3 months. And I can only say that I'm gonna improve that as well. So yeah, just it's as I said, it's life-changing. It really is.
Excellent. And is there one or two things that you learned that really have been game changers for you?
Like it's really just it's things, I suppose, that are reiteration of things that I knew about but I didn't know about, if that makes sense. It's like definitely like insulin on board, like we've sort of been, I was diagnosed in 1983, and then all my life it's been, you could just have a hypo, you could just pass out, you could just have a low blood sugar just out of nowhere. And now it's sort of like, well, and I've nearly lived a life in fear of that happening. But now I'm really just more aware of the fact that I'm only going to have a low blood sugar if I've got insulin on board. There's no way I can go low if there's no insulin. So that's sort of the biggest thing I think that I've become a lot more aware of. It's like you say, it's the food and insulin. Are they both there to be fighting each other? Have you taken too much? Have you eaten too much? Just the dosing, and just sort of multiple dosing over meals, and the type of food you eat. Is it just a protein? The protein will still take you up as well, but is there like higher carb? The digesting, what you've eaten first, how it's going to digest, all that sort of stuff, which is really not like I've said to you. It's really, when I was diagnosed, it's like, you're a type 1 diabetic. That's the type 1 diabetic box. Yeah. And then the next one comes in, you're in the same box. Yeah. Where, like I'm 49 years old. I'm not overweight. I train. I'm fit. I look after myself all the time as well. It's going to be completely different to someone my age. Sure. That doesn't train and stuff as well. So
different metabolisms, different insulin sensitivity, right? And obviously that dosing at meal times is a lot more complex than most of us has ever been taught, is what you were saying.
Absolutely, yeah. We're just like, you need to dose before you eat, and then that's really it. You know what I mean? So yeah, right. And I've fought that as well. Like I'm been multiple daily injections all my life. I've really held off on getting a pump because I just didn't want to feel overly connected, if I'm really honest with you. I still wanted to be in control. Even like getting CGM, I think for everyone has been a complete game changer, because you can just see where you're going all the time. Yeah. But the confidence that I have in my multiple daily injections now, especially as we discussed before, my long acting insulin, and I've thanks to Dr. Jody, I've actually reduced that by half. Like I was taking 50 units a day. Incredible. I'm down at the moment to 24. and I've flatline overnight. I used to go drop overnight low all the time, and now I'm just like straight through the night. It's like I said, and that's crazily. I'd never dreamed that possible, and here we are. 3 months later, life changing.
Fantastic. Excellent. Well, I don't think we need to say anymore. That's a beautiful testimonial. And it captures, my passion is that, a lot of type 1s don't think about working with me because they've already accepted that this is diabetes and it's just hard. And people say, well, what's the point? Like, what is there to learn? And that's the problem, is there is so much to learn that people have never been taught.
Unbelievably. Like I feel like I've just graduated from my, like I said, I think I said it to you as well when we're doing this course, it feels like I've just learned how to be a diabetic.
Yeah. 40 years later.
Honestly it's been that good. So yeah, I cannot, as I said, refer you enough. I'll be more than happy to be, pushing out there to other people. And that's what I've found as well in my life. Like we'll go out and we'll pay for a $5,000 holiday and not even think $2,000 but to do stuff
for ourselves,
pay for ourselves, to improve ourselves.
Yeah.
Like what this course cost me, it'll pay me back for the rest of my life. And that's just it's just unreal. Like I said, doing work on yourself is just unreal. Right. And I said, this has definitely exceeded my expectations. Like I had high expectations, but this has blown them out of the park. And just again, my biggest thing is with endocrinologists, and like in all due respect, and I know they're only trying to do their job, but like I said, they're not diabetics. And that's the thing that attracted me to you, Jody, was the fact that you've lived with this all of your life, and you know what a low is like, you know what a high is like, you know that all this stuff is very complex, but the way that you break it down, it just becomes, it's actually simple when you know. And don't get me wrong, there's obviously you've got to manage it all the time, but like I said, I feel I'm a 49-year-old male, and I can tell you right now, I'm fits and bounds above all of my other friends my age as far as health and fitness goes, because they've never had to worry about it, so they just go through the motions. So but like I said, to have you as a diabetic, and to with the knowledge you've got, it's been life changing. It really has.
Fantastic. Yeah, you and I were talking about that before I pressed record, about how the benefit of having diabetes is, if you choose to see it that way, is that we are much more motivated to take care of ourselves, to exercise. We see the benefit right away. High comes down faster. The benefit of eating lower carb makes our blood sugar levels easier, and we can be healthier. I feel that way too. I feel for 50, I just turned 50 in November, and I'm like, I feel pretty healthy,
Oh, like exactly right. Yeah. They said it's that even more on the, like I said, even with my levels now, like with my CGM, like I was like, I had my high set at like 13. I'm thinking I'll now I'm like down to 6.9. So that's, my range is so tight now. So, and as we said, little things like if I get to 13, like I'm already high and I'm going to go higher. So now I'm like getting to 7. As we said before, I'm high at 9, where I was thinking, God, 9 is nothing at all. So yeah, to keep that. Yeah. So I'm really utilizing the technology that is out there now to really break in. And as I said to you, I never dreamed of having a H1C under 7. So I was always, 7.5 is all right. And I was like, no, actually, no, it's not.
Yeah, here you are. For those of you in the US, he uses millimoles. So a 13 is about 23 or 230. So you take a millimole and you times it by 18. So when he mentions a 10, that's a 180. So just to clarify what those numbers are. So, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate, when I can, tell as many type 1s as I see that, like, I would love to work with you. I can help you so much, but sometimes obviously I'm a little biased. So when it comes from you, it's a true gift to everybody that could be on the fence and wonder if working with me is a good fit. So if you are wondering if working with me is a good fit, all you have to do is go to my website and click on work with me. And there's an application. It's no obligation. You can just fill it out, and then we'll have a free intro call. Just so we can get to know each other and you can hear more about the program. Like Paul said, it's 12 weeks. You get 12 30-minute Zoom calls. You get group support. You get email support. You get the online courses. and a very thorough program that I've worked for over 10 years to really fine tune. So thank you so much, Paul, for your time. Thank you
It's
so
my
much.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Jody. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And my website is drjodyn, as in naturopathic, D as in doctor, or you can always just Google the words Dr. Jody Diabetes and all my stuff comes up. So on that note, thanks for watching. Thank you so much, Paul. It's been a pleasure working with you. And I'm on a mission to help as many people feel like Paul does right now as I can. So if you want to be next, let me know. Thank you, Paul. Have a great day.
Thanks, Jody. Take care.
Take care.